Hey everybody, it's me, Edward Jones, back with a new video. Just some thoughts and reflections on the wildfire, Hawaii. It's sunny outside, but it's still very comfortable in the truck. In fact, the sun is right there, but the shaded portion of the windshield is protecting my face, so it actually feels pretty good in here. But I just want to share my thoughts on on a lot of the stuff that's been that happened in Hawaii. I hope I'm saying the city or the town right, Lahaina, Hawaii. There's I guess been reported so far like 101 people have died, have perished. But the number is supposed to go up because the fire was so intense. It's believed that a lot of people who were trapped, they were just incinerated. And there are a lot of people who are trying to rebuild. They're trying to find out how could this have happened? How could this have been prevented? And just from the few things that I've seen on the news and other people recording what had happened. I have a few thoughts I want to share. First off, this is concerning conservation. I understand there was a lot of farmland that used to be in that area that had since gone basically been abandoned, and a lot of underbrush has grown. Basically, would add a lot of fuel to the fire. That tends to be what happens in a lot of forest fires. The underbrush is not cleared out, or natural fires that would occur to kill off any dead trees. They get basically they get halted, which allows for underbrush and overgrowth to make for a future forest fire that can grow out of control. So I think it speaks to conservation practices to properly clear out any underbrush, clear out anything that can be used as fuel for a potential future forest fire. Next, I noticed there were some houses that actually there was one house in particular that was by the water that basically had the fire. Everything around it was consumed, but this one house was fine. It turns out that the homeowner left the sprinklers on, and so any embers that could have landed on the roof that could have attacked the house, well, the water, the constant spraying of water prevented that. So I think it's cool to see people using things like sprinkler systems to protect their homes from forest fires. Now, I'm not saying it's something that all houses ought to have, but I think if a homeowner were to go that route as a precaution, especially if they live in an area that's prone to wildfires, I think it's a good idea to actually have a sprinkler system just in case there's a chance that there's a fire that could actually attack the house. One of the things that we used to talk about in the SHTF prepper circle was about when is the right time to bug out. And one of the things something that was agreed upon was if there's a fire, or there's a chance that your shelters run the risk of being utterly destroyed, and maybe the best time to actually bug out. I watched a video on one channel. There was a family recording their events of trying to drive away from the fire. I think the fire was moving somewhere around 60 miles an hour, and there were typhoon winds that actually fanned the flames, so it pushed the fire much further across the landscape, and showed that they actually had to jump into the ocean and stay in the water for several hours, I think 5 hours, until the smoke was able to clear, until they were actually able to get back on land. So there's always that concern about whether you need to when is the right time to abandon your posts, whether to leave your house. I think a fire is a good indicator that you may have to get out, leave. You may have to evacuate. But again, if you don't have any precautions to actually protect your home, like fire breaks or a sprinkler system or anything like that, then you may want to look into finding another place where you can relocate. It sucks having to be a refugee and to have lost everything. So it's good to actually have preparation set aside. And on the matter of preparation, I think this is very important for people to take this event and to learn from it as to who you should not count on to make preparations for you. namely I'm talking about the federal government. Now there's a debacle right now where money from FEMA that could be going to Hawaii is basically being held hostage. My understanding is being held hostage to send so that money can be sent to Ukraine first. Like again, this whole Ukraine matter has been one big quagmire for the U.S. I've said before in previous videos, I think it'd be good. I think it'd be good for Ukrainians to fight to protect their own homeland. But I don't think we should get involved. I think us sending all this money over there is basically set things up to where it will be very difficult to respond to natural disasters. Ask East Palestine in Ohio what I'm talking about. I don't think they've gotten any help from FEMA, and they certainly haven't had a visit from former Vice President Joe Biden. And so, I know a lot of people right now in Lahaina are pissed off because of the delay from FEMA and the delay of any comments to be made by the former vice president. And so I think it's looking at incompetency. It's looking at that level. I think if you see that level of incompetency, it should tell you that you're best off counting on yourself, your family, your local community, your local government for finding solutions to problems like that, instead of having to rely on something like, I mean, every state is different. Some states are better than others when it comes to responding to disasters, but to try to rely on the feds for something of this magnitude, I think you're asking to be disappointed. So I actually wasn't really surprised to hear about the slow response, which I think is kind of a big thing for those who live in Hawaii, because it's a majority Democratic state. To have to receive this kind of treatment, considering what their voting pattern is like, and I'm not saying that they deserve it. No one deserves that level of destruction. I don't care who you voted for. You don't deserve that. But I gotta say that you have to. But look at your voting patterns. You have to be wary of who it is you're putting in power, and who it is that you're relying on to respond to a time of need. I think it's very sad and unfortunate that many people had to perish because of whether it be things done on the local and state level that were basically the buck got passed around. Someone didn't do their job. It's very unfortunate that people had to pass away, or people had to perish because of it. But I think for those who have survived, I think it's a good learning opportunity to know how to better prepare yourself in case of future disasters. But that's all I wanted to say. I just want to share a few thoughts on what happened the past week, what happened in Hawaii. I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. If anyone in Hawaii sees this video, I hope you're getting the help you need. I hope you're able to help others who are in need. Please, I say, continue to pray and do all you can to help those who have suffered loss, and continue to try to be there for each other. But that's my video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section. If you want to help out with the channel, go to my YouTube homepage, look for the PayPal link and the Cash App link. All donation amounts are appreciated. If you're able to donate to anything, I'm not sure. I may try to find a link to leave in the description box. If there's any organizations that are taking donations for what happened in Hawaii, if you can help out any which way you can. Any gripes, complaints, send me a PM. I'll see what we can do to address them. That's my video. Just my thoughts and insights on the forest fire in Hawaii. I'm Edward Jones. You guys take care. Be safe. Stay strapped. And God bless.